Hi, my name is Emilio Soltero. I'm from Sacramento. I like to paint, draw, specifically figure drawing and painting. I also like to do landscapes and also comic strips and comic books. I've always been interested in comics because you can tell stories, and then specifically for me, you can tell your own stories. Like if you're interested in action stories or personal stories about your life, you can use it in this medium. And when I was younger, I liked the action stuff like Conan or superheroes and things like that. I already mentioned like a secret agent, like I did a little secret agent comic strip as a kid. So I still enjoyed it, and so originally I enjoyed it for like the action dynamic shots. But as I got better and better at drawing, I noticed that you can apply these basic essentials of drawing to anything: a flower, a house, animal, or the superheroes. Then I was thinking, what's more important is the story itself. Simultaneously, I started reading more, understanding more about stories, but continuing to practice my art and to get better at it. Some of it is things from popular culture, like a Wonder Woman, for example, or little crazy robots and things of that nature, or like I said, traditional art forms. But in all of it, I'm thinking of some sort of a story to it. I also like to teach the ideas of story making because I think it's very fascinating, and there's many unique ways of doing it. So each and every one of you has a unique story to tell, or many stories to tell, and more importantly, you have a unique vision. I had opportunities to work for Marvel Productions like animation or at one time the Marvel Comics, but I was interested more in doing my own story. So I chose to go a more educational route. That just means that I can do whatever I want. Now, some of those things may not be as popular, but still gives me that voice. When you develop some characters which will belong in the story, you could start with the rough draft. Here I'm doing a rough idea. I don't really care how it looks. So my guy's going to be a little bit hunched, and he's not really doing an action. So I have him something like this, see? So since it's a rough, and like I said, many books, many writings are made this way. It's called rough draft. But for drawing, it's figures. So this is one of my characters. I'm just making it up. It's not really a character. But for this demonstration, I'm just making up this person. So on purpose, I made it non-action like. So what I've noticed, one of the things, if it's something is horizontal as such, or vertical, there's not that much action in it. So most things in our life, like a doorway, it has horizontal and vertical. You add some darkness behind it, it already makes it mysterious. You do a diagonal line, it creates action or tension, it makes it dynamic. And you make a diagonal line, it already creates tension. Say if you have a car coming down that way, it already looks like it's moving or it's going to fall or something. So the same thing happens when we do a character. Let's say we give this character a little hat, for example. Now by doing the character in a diagonal way, you'll see that right away it changes to action. So I'm going to follow this diagonal movement here. Now again, I'm going to do a rough draft. So you should work in this fashion too. This way you don't worry too much about how nice the drawing looks. What you're trying to do first is get the position of the action. So notice how I have diagonals here, 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 and here. Quite a few diagonals. These diagonals will help to create tension. You might already start seeing some of this tension going on. To add to it, I can maybe make the hat has fallen off a bit, and by adding shadows underneath. So I'm creating a light source. My light is coming from this direction, from the left side. So everything opposite of the light will be in shadow. Again, I have to add the coat. So you'll see that slowly the character begins to come to life. And what I'm doing basically is following that foundation. That foundation is the first thing you do. That is correct. It's a foundation you can use like to build a house or something, but I'm doing a foundation for the drawing. And so it's roughly the same thing. It's the base. Now you've seen how this is just a rough sketch, but it's already more dynamic, and it's all based on this diagonal. It's the diagonal creates a dynamism. A vertical or horizontal creates more traditional, things we're used to. This already creates more tension. Throwing off the hat adds to that mystery. So I'm pretty excited to see what you guys come up with or what you guys think about. I think that would be exciting as well.